Welcome back to the Sustainability Summit Week 2020. If you just joined us, welcome to you. You did miss out on a bit of a great program there, but we are continuing with phenomenal speakers and phenomenal content as well. We are now entering our last panel discussion or last segment of the day, where we are talking about achieving a sustainable reset in agriculture. This is a segment that has been funded and also sponsored, or rather, if I should say, in partnership with Syngenta, which is also in the agribusiness. And we look forward to be hearing more about Syngenta and the things that they're doing also in the segment. Without further ado, I wish to introduce the facilitator of the session, Mr. Chris Burgers, who is the CEO of Landbouweekblad. I hope I said it properly there, but he will tell us more about what it's about. And so Chris will be facilitating the segment, and we are talking unleashing the potential of agriculture to drive sustainable development in Africa. Don't forget to hashtag SAS Summit 2020 on social media. Add your questions and your comments, and we definitely will get back to you. Over to you, Chris. Thank you.
Mr. Bonk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the session. Here we'll be looking at how to achieve a sustainable reset in agriculture post-COVID-19. So how do we go about unleashing the potential of agriculture and the power of food markets to deliver sustainable development for all, which is something everyone wants? You know, are there any particular transformative technologies that we can employ? What are the sustainable practices we should be looking at? And what contribution can more equitable trade arrangements make? The session consists of two panels, and I have the pleasure of moderating the first. And also a big thank you to Syngenta, the Sustainability Week sponsor, who's making today's session possible. Thanks so much. My name is Chris Burgers. I'm editor-in-chief of the Landbouweekblad, a leading influential South African farming magazine. Also, please don't forget to post on Twitter about this event using the hashtag SAS Summit 2020. Our panel, as you've heard, is titled Unleashing the Potential of Agriculture to Drive Sustainable Development in Africa. So as we all know, African agriculture is important, both socially and economically. It provides many jobs, supports millions of livelihoods, and is also one of the few sectors of the economy that's still capable of absorbing quite a lot of semi-skilled labor. And then it still makes significant contributions to the GDP of many African nations. Unfortunately, specifically in Africa, agriculture has already been heavily impacted by climate change, and the industry now, like so many others, has also been hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. So how do we ensure that African agriculture continues to produce the necessary quality and quantity of food the continent needs? And how can we emerge stronger from COVID-19 rather than being held back from achieving the global sustainable development goals that we have set for ourselves? Our panel will be looking at these questions, and we will hear from a fantastic lineup of speakers, following which we will have a questions and answer sessions. And if you perhaps have a question you'd like to pose, please just type it in on the chat function on the Sustainability Week event page. Without further ado, allow me to introduce our keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Petra Laux. Dr. Laux is the head of business sustainability for the Middle East and Africa for Syngenta, one of the world's largest agricultural technology companies. She leads a team across Europe and Africa and the Middle East, responsible for sustainable and responsible use of Syngenta technologies and innovation. And her team is also responsible for regulatory, public affairs, and public policy, as well as building the corporate brand and reputation of the company. Dr. Laux holds a master's in public health, a PhD in pharmaceutical chemistry, and is a trained pharmacist. She has working experience in Germany, Europe, and at a global level, implementing programs across Washington, Brussels, Sao Paulo, Beijing, and Tokyo. Over to you, Dr. Laux.
Thank you, Chris, for that kind introduction. Hello, everyone, and greetings from Syngenta headquarters in Basel. Now, I'm supposed to talk a bit how we try to unleash the potential of agriculture in Africa sustainably, right? And you already said it, Chris, agriculture is an important industry in Africa, as it's the main source of jobs and livelihoods. and unlocking its potential to produce more through more sustainable practices will create transformative ripple effect benefiting farmers, communities, and ultimately the continent. At Syngenta, sustainability is at the heart of our business, as can be seen through our program we call Good Growth Plan. Sustainability is about meeting today's needs without compromising the ability of future generations to do so as well. Our Good Growth Plan sets out to achieve exactly that, so that agriculture functions within the boundaries of our planet. As a globally leading agricultural technology company, we have been setting the tone for our industry with pride. We first launched our Good Growth Plan in 2013, and we helped increase the average productivity of the world's major crops by 20% without using more land, more water, or more inputs. We increased biodiversity and improved soil fertility. We reached 20 million smallholders, helping increase productivity by 50%. And very important, we enabled the safe use of our products. In Africa, we trained over 4 million people on health and safety. And we stood proudly for fair labor conditions in the supply chain. As we looked this year to renew our Good Growth Plan, we asked farmers about the key challenges they face. The answer globally was climate change. In Africa, 86% of farmers are worried about the impact that climate change will have on crop yields, animal health, and their ability to do business over the next 5 years. Africa knows all too well the impact of climate change, including the resulting increasing frequency and intensity of natural disasters, including pests. Climate change is not only a threat to livelihoods and food security, but taking action to tackle it will help secure the livelihoods of farmers and help them grow their business. This is why our new Good Growth Plan focuses on helping farmers fight climate change. How do we do that? We are accelerating innovation for farmers and nature, providing sustainable solutions for farmers. Our target is to invest 2 billion in sustainable agriculture by 2025 and to deliver 2 sustainable technology breakthroughs each year. And we are striving for carbon neutral agriculture, both on farms and in their own operations. We remain committed to enhance biodiversity and soil health on 3 million hectares of rural land every year by providing technologies, services, and training to farmers. And finally, we are committed to reducing the carbon intensity of our own operations by 50% in line with the international goals of the United Nations Paris Agreement. Our commitment and our progress towards this goal by 2030 are validated and endorsed by the Science Based Targets Initiative. How do we do this now? We are working with partners to give farmers the opportunity to produce the necessary quality and quantity of food. Through our technology, innovation, and agronomic support, we are helping feed all safely. We are also helping fuel the inclusive economic growth. Africa is on a journey, and I would like that journey to be one towards a more sustainable future. Africa is the world's fastest growing continent, containing 60% of the world's arable land, yet already last year contained more than half of the world's population facing food insecurity. The average African farm performs at only 40% of its potential, and on present trends, the continent is set to produce only 13% of its needs by 2050. Increasing yields would enable Africa to meet internal food demands and alleviate poverty. Studies suggest that in Africa, for every 10% increase in farm yields, poverty falls by 7%. Here are a few more examples how we help achieve sustainable agriculture through our technology, innovation, and agronomic support. One example is our Mavuno Zaidi project in East Africa. where we are helping increase yields by helping remove the key market barriers that smallholders face. With partners, we are providing access to finance, training on agronomic practices, and helping link the farmers to the market. We have empowered over 69,000 smallholders through Mavuno Zaidi. Another example is our digital agricultural tool AgriClimb, which we offer in South Africa, through which we help farmers offset the risk of adverse weather conditions during the growing season through possible cashback. The tool also enables weather conditions to be monitored. And the last example, we are helping farmers become more resilient to pest infestations. Desert locust and fall armyworm impact a staple crop, maize. The infestations pose a risk to food security and to the livelihoods of over 300 million. We have solutions at all stages of the crop cycle, from the high-quality seeds with traits that are better able to withstand the fall armyworm, to seed treatment and crop protection. We are also working with partners on effectively early warning digital systems. We are keen to continue working with partners to help unlock Africa's potential sustainably. We are keen to also continue the dialogue with regulators. With the EU and the African Union due to agree on their new areas of partnership, it is important that partnerships around the real transformation of agriculture are adapted to Africa's needs. We strive for sustainable intensification. We have been learning from our experiences in other geographies. We have learned a lot about how to better protect soil health, water, and biodiversity, including bees. And we are enabling farmers to understand the value and importance of these for their businesses and the long-term profitability. I hope I could give you an impression how Syngenta works, unleashing the potential of agriculture sustainably in Africa. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Laux, for that very insightful perspective on what Syngenta is doing in Africa. Very interesting, specifically with the fall armyworm that we also have a challenge with here in South Africa.